The desert feels different this morning. High humidity and the smell of creosote fills the air. The moisture from the overnight rain is not going to stick around long. The sun is rising very quickly and the heat is not far behind it. I need to get these seeds and cactus pads into the ground while I still have the opportunity. I only have a few hours before the ground hardens up again. I've been waiting for this moment with seeds and cactus pads at the ready. It's time to enjoy a beautiful desert sunrise and to give these plants their best possible chance at success before the opportunity passes me by. It rained overnight. It's early fall technically, so I'm going to take a risk and I'm going to plant Indian blanket and switchgrass, cave-in rock switchgrass, which is an upland grass, in the little trench that Blaze dug along his living fence. And I also need to establish some of the premium prickly pear that I bought, and I think while the soil's wet, it's a good time to put it in the ground. Right along here is where we want it. Okay, we do have roots there. Used to doing this in dry dirt. Right next to the fence, you notice these mulch beds. These are full of native vegetation, and we don't get any credit for their existence. But what we do get credit for is all of the mulch and all of the greenery popping up through that mulch. I'm delighted by it because I know that I did the work to make that happen along with Tiago. But to get all of that mulch, I know it just looks like mulch on the ground, but we didn't buy that. We modeled this after some projects that they had done in the semi-arid areas of Madagascar where they didn't even have the resources to go. You don't just go to the landscape supply company and buy mulch. You got to forage for it if you're in a developing country. We simulated what it's like to try to restore semi-arid areas where you have almost nothing in the way of resources, and we walked back and forth and back and forth, literally cutting a handful of grass and picking up a couple of sticks and bringing it over here. Now, I don't intend to do this solution at all at scale. I think it was useful for me to learn and understand how you do a project like this with dramatically less resources. It was a lot of work. Maybe that makes seeing the fruit of that work a little more enjoyable. I love looking at all that mulch on the ground, knowing that it's holding the moisture and that the native seed bank is responding and pushing up growth through our work. Blaze, an agroforestry expert, volunteered in August. He came out after some of the monsoon rains, saw all of this nice growth coming up out of the mulch beds, and decided to put more effort where things are already working. He created this fence and added the ocotillo canes so that we would have, ideally, a nice living fence, but if it's not living, that's okay. And it's there that I'm going to concentrate most of my work this morning. Here it is, the beginning of October. This is the growth in only 30 days. And now that I've learned something about cactus and its speed of growth, or especially its lack of speed, watching it grow this fast is deeply satisfying. I look at this cactus pad and I think about all of the cactus that I've spread around this ranch and how much of it is still brown and crusty and looking dramatically worse than the day I put it in the ground. I had to learn the lesson of planting the hydrogel. I had to learn how to make the custom soil mixes. I had to learn how to plant the cactus. And then for this particular lesson, this is not a cactus that I harvested on the ranch. This is an improved Optunia that's known for its speed of growth and for its fruit set. All of these little victories are represented by this one cactus pad. And the reason it's planted near camp is that it's going to grow 2 pads and 4 pads and eventually 100 pads. And all 100 of those pads are going to be cut, chopped, cured, planted in the ground with hydrogel with the exact same process repeated. This cactus pad is my, I hate saying a seed bank because it's not a seed, but this is the source of most of my future cactus. Thank you to Fabletics for sponsoring today's episode. I joined the VIP membership for Fabletics because I like looking good all the time, feeling comfortable, and not putting any effort whatsoever into what I look like. When I sit down for work, I look good. When I'm getting coffee, I look good. When my wife sends me to the grocery store, I look good. And I put absolutely no effort whatsoever into the clothing. Fabletics does the picking for me. I have a very limited selection. I just click what I like. The outfits are chosen and everything fits great. When you join the VIP membership, you get 70 to 80% off of your first order, and you can cancel at any time. It's also good for coming out here to do chores with the chickens. Make sure you go to fabletics.com/dustups. That code is going to get you 70 to 80% off of your first order with the VIP membership. If you like seeing the desert green and all the progress we've made this year, it's sponsors like Fabletics that make it all happen. And you get awesome, comfy clothes in the process. Look good, don't put any effort into it, join the Fabletics VIP membership, and now, back to the episode. Yeah, all right. It's gonna be easier to use the wheelbarrow. I wanted to show you guys the overnight rain before it evaporates. So get this level-ish. That seems right. So we're supposed to have about a ½ inch and, well, 0.4 inches. And that looks pretty close. Just in case there are thorns, I realized that on the gravel screen, it wasn't smart. And I don't mean thorns, I mean glochids. We've had a lot of rattlesnakes recently, so I shouldn't just be grabbing stuff. I believe Thane, you sent this to me. Thane is a viewer. I think this is a perfect time for it. It's fall and it just rained. And then this is a variety of switchgrass that I bought called Cave and Rock, which is an upland grass, meaning it doesn't need as much water. Really not having trouble with wind, so I think I can do this directly. Yeah, this works better right now. That does it for the switchgrass, and now we'll do the Indian blanket. Here I'm dropping the least amount of dirt over the seeds that I can. This isn't any dirt, it's a custom potting soil that we mix. It's mostly native soil, but I also add hydrogel, biochar, worm castings, compost if it's available. We're trying to make something that's actually nutrient rich without being out of place. It needs to be a desert soil, but a good desert soil. That is not a bad way to start the morning. The progress that I've made on this ranch, there's no magic moment. There's no giant epiphany. It's details and small little victories and me waking up after a desert rain, putting in the effort while I know the opportunity is here. Maybe it'll pay off in 2 months like this cactus, maybe the Indian blanket and the switchgrass that I planted this morning are going to take 2 years. I know one day those seeds will sprout. I know one day the rain will come. I just have to wait. And in the meantime, keep on grinding, keep on pushing, because one day it will pay off.